Hello out there, YouTube. What's going on, guys? It is D Dun here, the most chill COD player, bringing you some more Black Ops 2 on the map Slums again. I know I post Slums a lot, but I mean it's a map to get pretty high scores in because it's so small, so your score streaks do a lot more work. But unlike my last videos here, I'm just rocking the BSAT, the Dogs in the Swarm, instead of the Lone Star Dogs in the Swarm, and that's simply because struggling a little bit in this game the last week or two. But yeah, I guess I should say about the last week. I seem to not be able to get VSATs or not VSATs, but Lodestars as efficiently as I previously was. So I decided to switch it up with the VSAT because you do get it about 2 kills earlier, 2 kills and 2 confirms earlier if you're playing kill confirmed, and obviously it shows you where everyone is, so it makes it a little bit easier to link together your next streaks. But anyway, wanted to talk this commentary just a little bit about what's been going on, where I'm at in this game, and everything. But like I said, last week or so, I've been kind of struggling to post some high scores. If I get my Lodestar, I end up dying in it before I can get my Dogs in Swarm, or I just don't get my Dogs in Swarm, or get my dogs, and then I die off my swarm once I'm out of my Lodestar, just something silly like that. Or I get my set of streaks. This has happened to me a lot. I get my set of streaks, and then I'll die like one or two kills off my next set. So, and in this game, if you don't connect your streaks, your score line will reflect that. So, so that's been a little frustrating. I really I don't like to harp on the same things over and over again. It's just kind of pointless. But obviously, this game has certain issues, and that makes this game frustrating sometimes. But this is the hand we're dealt, and I'm gonna try not to bitch about it. Once again, I'm going to reference a one-man crusade video, which if you are not subscribed to him, do go check out his channel. He posted a video, it was a while ago, but talking about just adapting to a new game, and so that's what I'm trying to do. So right now all my classes are all assault rifles. I didn't want to tip myself with the PDW or anything like that, and there's an instance right there. I was a little confused. I felt like I probably should have won that gunfight. Maybe not. Maybe my aim was off. But anyway, yeah, he was just talking about adapting to the game, trying out new play styles, and so I have no classes with an SMG or shotgun or anything like that, just to keep myself from being like, fuck it, I'll just use the PDW. I've been using ARs, and I've actually been having quite a bit of success with them. They obviously do have their downsides and upsides compared to SMGs, especially since they nerfed the SMGs. I feel like a lot of times you get a lot of unnecessary hit markers because they of course reduce the range from them. They did also reduce the hip fire, but with a laser sight it does pretty well. But the one thing that I struggled with, and I always said that assault rifles were not as good as SMGs in this game, it's basically because I felt in hindsight that I just wasn't playing them correctly. In previous Call of Duties, there were certain assault rifles that you could play in any situation. Of course, the key example would be the FAMAS in Black Ops 1. It was good in every situation. Short range, long range, hip fire, didn't matter. It was just a beast gun. The assault rifles in this game, not the case. And I guess that would, I guess that would just be gun balance. But You know, they are really good in the right hands, used effectively. As you can see in this game, even though I'm playing on a small map, I do try and keep my engagements at a long distance. I don't rush headlong and then try and ADS as soon as I see someone. I try and ADS down the corners. So with that, let's talk about my class setup here a little bit. This is of course, the AN-94. I'm rocking the silencer, stock, and fast mags. My perks are Ghost and Hardline with toughness and I believe dexterity. I'm thinking about switching up dexterity for something like engineer or maybe tac mask or something like that. Uh, Probably engineer, just because that's another thing that's been frustrating me a lot, is I seem to be dying a lot from bouncing betties and all those stupid set explosives. And I don't really think that the bouncing betties are really probably an issue with this game. Um, yes, they do go off fast and everything. The problem is I go to duck them a lot, and they still kill me. And I would attribute that to just kind of the lag in the game, I guess you could say. Just this is of course my opinion, but I believe that since there is quite a bit of lag in this game, it can be very inconsistent. Um, you hear the bouncing Betty go off, and so you go to duck it, but since you are a little bit behind, maybe it explodes um, before you think it does on your screen, and therein you have a situation in which you die, which you um, would not normally. Um, Moving on, so that's pretty much the class setup I have on all the assault rifles that I've been using. Suppressor, stock, um, and fast mags. So it works out pretty well. I'll probably stick with assault rifles for a while, at least I plan to. I used the no, what is it? I don't know, the one that has like zero recoil whatsoever. Um, but it seems pretty good, pretty consistent, just because, like I said, there's no recoil. Gosh, I can't think of the name. But anyway, that's pretty much it for updates and stuff. Like I said, just trying to adapt to the game, just trying to learn this game over and over again, because it feels like since they nerfed the SMGs, you really have to play a whole lot smarter than before. You can't rush quite as hard, at least in my opinion. Well, if you get caught in those long range gunfights, you do tend to lose a lot of them. But there was something else I was going to talk about. I need your guys' help. I really need you guys to leave a comment on this one. I would really appreciate it. I do have a bunch of games stored up that are about, like 70 kills or so. I got one last night that was like I think it was like a 68 and 5, something like that. Scoreline similar to that. 60 something to 5, 70 something to 7. Something along those lines. I, obviously, since you guys know, I play pretty much only 6v6. It's hard to pull out 100 pluses consistently. And if you do, you pretty much, I guess you don't really have to run the Lodestar Dog Swarm, but like just 3 or 4 of those, and you pretty much have your 100 plus. In this game, I got 3 sets of streaks with my dogs and swarm, and it only got me 80 something kills. So, so I want to make sure that you guys are impressed by the gameplay. Obviously, I know I've talked about this on a billion other times, but my commentaries are not energetic. But that's just because I'm not going to be someone I'm not, just for YouTube, just for people I haven't met. Not that I don't appreciate you guys. I love all of you, and I really do appreciate you subscribing and watching my videos and everything. But I don't change my personality for anyone. That's just the way I am. So yeah. So my commentaries, this is the way they are. They're, I'm not gonna say like I am an amazing person, but I get along with a lot of people and feel like a lot of people like me. for the most part, because I speak my mind and I stay true to myself, and so that's what I plan to do on here. So, but anyway, if those score lines, you feel are impressive enough to post to YouTube, like I said, 70, 60 kills in a 6v6, then let me know. I would really, really appreciate it. But anyway, guys, that's all I got. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next video. Bye.